I'm not crazy. We are allowed to be happy. We are meant to feel love like the love we give. If you don't want to do something, don't do it.
I miss being married. He's a good man, and he's not a cheater. He's not. We just lost our way in the marriage.
I stopped trying to make him happy. I stopped giving myself to him. So when I stopped doing all the things that made him happy, and he decided that he was going to find somebody 10 years younger who would take care of his needs.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and on today's episode we have a video here from HL Talk That Thought, and this is a unique one. Okay, we have a woman who destroyed her marriage of 25, that is right, 25 years, and then after she destroys it, she decides to come online and complain about it, and complain about the fact that her now ex-husband has gone and found a younger woman. Okay, this is a hilarious story, guys, of something that is entirely self-inflicted, but of course, you know, she is the victim in this situation. So let's take a listen. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
Tell his part of the story. What did I do to cause it? I stopped it all. I stopped giving in. I stopped trying to make him happy. I stopped putting up with the bullshit. I started calling him out on his bullshit. I only did things for all those years because he wanted to do it. I saw the people that he wanted to see because that would make him happy. I stopped giving myself to him.
And there you have it. Okay, we started acting like a nagging, awful person, and we stopped the bedroom intimacy, and we just, you know, we wonder why our man would leave us. We're now unpleasant to be around. We give him no intimacy whatsoever, and surprise, absolute shocker, he went and found a younger woman who is actually interested in him. Okay, you have guys, I've said this so many times on the channel, but you have so many women who go out here, they date, and they literally go out on dinner dates with dudes, or they get married to men who they aren't even physically attracted to. Okay, it's absolutely disgusting.
To make sure he was in a good mood. So when I stopped doing all the things that made him happy is when he decided he was done. Because I called BS on all of it. And he decided that he was going to find somebody 10 years younger who would take care of his needs.
And you know what, guys? I don't blame him for that. Okay, so this woman started nagging, denied all of the bedroom fun, and then her husband decides to ditch her. Sounds about right to me. It sounds to me like this woman was already checked out of the relationship. She doesn't respect him at all. She wasn't interested in him. And so this man thought to himself, well, screw this. I'm just going to go find a woman who's younger, and I'm going to go with that woman instead. And men will pick up, they will take their resources, they will take their self-respect, and they will ditch you. And if they do that, I have absolutely no empathy for you whatsoever.
I mean, what did you expect? You wanted your husband to just stand there and wait on you like a puppy. Guys, this woman has been a stay-at-home wife her entire life. This means that her husband has been bussing his ass off to make sure that she has everything she needs. And that is the thanks he gets. It's amazing how some women think that they can still get all the benefits of being a wife, even when they stop doing all their wifely duties. She herself asked for a divorce, but then gets surprised when her husband replaces her with a girl 10 years younger than her.
Wow, so her husband didn't even leave her. She initiated the divorce. Yeah, okay, you know, screw this woman, to be honest with you. women like this are so terrible, man. And it's crazy as well because apparently she's a stay-at-home wife, so there weren't even any kids in the picture. So she was just essentially doing nothing, right? What do you have to do? Dust a house once every 2 weeks? Like, get out of here, man. So she's a stay-at-home wife, did essentially nothing. The man worked his backside off, and then she just divorces him randomly because she feels like it, and she's calling out his BS. And this is the thing, okay? Guys don't want to spend their entire life working for somebody who's ungrateful, awful to be around, and who, is not interested in being intimate with him because you're not attracted to him. Men are going to dip out and they're going to leave you. But apparently she's the one that initiated the divorce here. Typical, got to get the resources on the way out too.
You just can't make this up. In this next clip, you will see just how much the state incentivizes women to leave their marriages. And that will make you understand why so many women are confident about leaving their husbands for no good reasons. And you will also see how the state rewards these women for divorcing their husbands.
To be full disclosure here, I love my husband. He's a good man. He's been a wonderful provider. We are very amicable. Okay? That's the first thing. Next thing is, 7 years ago, I told him that I wasn't in love with him anymore. I loved him, but I wasn't in love with him. And honestly, that's where everything kind of went downhill. He never recovered from that. I actually thought we were kind of getting better. But he never did.
Right. So you told the man who you said you loved and vowed to be, till death do you part. You told this man that you didn't actually love him. And you guys went through a rough patch. Of course you went through a rough patch. You just told the guy that you just told your husband that you didn't love him. I don't care about this word salad nonsense that comes after it. Oh, well, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Get out of here. You don't love him. You're not attracted to him. You're not interested in him. You're just using him because he has resources. Let's call it for what it is, okay? Men have woken up. We understand the translation. And this kind of nonsense language, it doesn't cut it anymore. It really doesn't. If you tell a guy that you don't love him anymore, I don't care what word salad comes after it, don't be surprised if he ditches you.
So, 4 years ago, we talked about it again. A year ago, we brought it up again. But then, he said divorce is off the table. We're staying together. We're going to make this work. And I'm like, awesome. Divorce is off the table.
I just want to point out before she continues, guys, she brought up, I don't know if you guys could see this, but if you go back, she says, 1 year ago, we almost got divorced. He did still no counseling. And then she said 4 years, hang on, where is it? 4 years ago, verge of divorce again, but he didn't want to seek counseling. I love how she's making it like his fault. Oh, he didn't want to make it work. I told him I didn't love him, but for some reason, he just, he didn't want to go to counseling. And guys, this is something I would not really recommend doing. From what I understand, marriage counseling is basically just, a room where the man gets told off by probably 2 women for the entire duration. Even if it's a dude, it's probably also a woman, let's be honest. But marriage counseling is just something where the man is berated, typically, for not doing, quote unquote, his duties, even though he is. Okay? So she's making it out as though it's his fault, it's his problem. Look at this. He didn't even want to seek counseling. He didn't want to save our marriage. You told the man you didn't love him. Get over yourself.
A lot has happened this past year since he said a lot with family I'm not going to go into. But we had to come together for that reason. And then we didn't. So there's just not enough time. Not enough time to fit 25 years into a 3-minute video. I told my husband I could have left years ago. I could have left years ago when I was not in love with him. Which I'm glad I didn't. Really, I'm glad I didn't. But his response was, why would you? I was floored by his response of why would I? Because he thinks I didn't leave because I needed him. I could have your shit, bro. Half your shit.
Yeah, but sometimes, sometimes it doesn't work out. Granted, a lot of these women, they do get their husband's resources, but sometimes it's not a guaranteed thing depending on where you live or what you've done and stuff like this. So this woman's trying to pretend as though she wasn't using him for his resources. I don't believe that at all. I do not believe that. I think this woman's life, like many other women, is far more cushy when a man is sitting there and providing for her. That's why a lot of these girls, they regret losing their husbands. It's not because they regret losing their husbands. It's because they regret losing the benefits that came with the man, because the man brought something to the table, even though you didn't. That's why they're upset about it. Okay. And she tries to pull this card like, oh, I didn't leave him. You know, I could have taken the resources at any point in time. Sometimes the women don't get it, guys. Sometimes. Okay, maybe she didn't want to risk it. Maybe it's a state where she wasn't sure that she was going to be able to get those resources. Maybe she figured, hey, you know, he didn't have enough money. He was providing for us, but if I take half, then it's probably not enough for me to live comfortably for the rest of my life. Maybe she knows that he would drag it out through the divorce courts. Maybe she's scared that she signed something that would prevent her from doing it, even though, you know, you and I probably both know that prenups get thrown out. Okay, again, nonsense.
I could half your shit, bro. Half your shit. I'm sorry, I was laughing. True story, though. I mean, a wife leaves. I'm in Illinois. It's a no fault state, so I don't know where everybody else is from. But no matter what, I still get half of his stuff. I would get maintenance, pension, if so I choose, child support. My son's going to be 18 in May. I'm not getting child support for him. I'm just getting it for my 14-year-old daughter. So,
isn't that crazy how much crap women get for destroying a marriage, or can get for destroying a marriage? That is absolutely insane.
He's upset with me because I am choosing to. He's upset with me because I am choosing to take half his pension. We were married for 21 years, almost 22 years. I feel that I am entitled to his pension. I didn't work outside of the home. I sacrificed a lot to be home and raise our children, and to have a mom who was here and present every single day.
Right, so you do end up trying to take some of his crap. Interesting.
Of their life. I'm their person. And I don't regret staying home. I don't regret giving up a retirement of my own, or 401ks or insurance of my own to be here for my kids. I chose to have kids to be here for them because I wasn't raised that way. So I chose this life, and I thought he chose it with me. But come to find out, he has been resentful of me not working outside of the home.
Did you guys saw how she laughed with a smirk on her face when she said, no matter what, I can have half your shit? This is the real reason the divorce rate is so high. The family court system is broken and needs to be updated. Most modern women know that they can divorce their husbands at any time and gets half of their stuff by using the no-fault divorce law. And that is the bottom line.
And you see, guys, this is exactly why I don't recommend getting married for men. It's just a silly decision. It really is. You can get absolutely screwed over, and guess what? The government will ensure that you get screwed over. Okay? It doesn't matter if your wife worked for the money that you have. You could have worked for it all yourself. Okay? She could have cheated on you, and she can still take your crap. Okay, so men are expected to work for decades of their life only to get it essentially stolen by women who claim that they are strong and independent, who don't even love them. And the courts facilitate that. This is on top of the fact, by the way, that men can oftentimes lose their kids or lose a significant amount of access to their kids. And these are the people that wonder why men don't want to marry them, or why, when they get back on the dating applications, men don't want to have anything serious with them. Sorry, you're just a bit of fun. Sorry, I'm not going to marry you. You're not getting another husband. You're not getting another relationship. You had your relationship, and you decide to screw it up. And guys, I want to really emphasize this, okay? In order for you to screw up a marriage with a guy, it's really hard. Like, you have to actively do it. Men do not require a lot to be happy. Some intimacy, be pleasant to be around, don't eat a lot of McDonald's, you know, the usual crap. It's really not that difficult. And yet you have these women destroying their marriages of 25 years because they want some money. Disgusting.
Now she is out here in these streets regretting her divorce and trying to rationalize her craziness by going to therapists so that she can hear what she wants to hear and not what she needs to hear. Check it out.
When you're called crazy over and over and over throughout the years, you start to believe you're crazy.
That's because you probably are.
I'm not crazy. You are not crazy. What you feel is valid. We are allowed to be happy. We are meant to feel love like the love we give.
I'm sorry, what love exactly did you give to your husband? I thought you said that you didn't love him. You know, I don't care about the word salad that comes after it, okay? This woman essentially told her husband that she didn't love him. And now she's sitting here crying like she's the victim. And this is what I'm talking about, okay? They return to the dating applications. Nobody wants to date them. Nobody wants to take them seriously, you know, or at least the men that they want. Things get a little bit hard. A lot of these women are completely irresponsible with money, so they waste it all, or they don't use it correctly. They can't sustain the way they want to live. They don't actually want to work if they have to work. They don't want to do anything. They are lazy, they are narcissistic, and they are entitled. And people who have these qualities, they will inevitably end up in some pretty rough situations, and it is not men's responsibility to come and save you.
If you don't want to do something, don't do it.
Wow, genius.
If something goes against your beliefs, then don't. I can't think of the words to say.
Let me just make this clear, okay? If you don't want to have intimacy with your husband, maybe don't marry a guy that you're not attracted to, right? And if you're only attracted to those top percentage of men, right? Hey, guess what? They're probably not going to give you a relationship. Just work like the rest of men have. You see what I'm saying, guys? Is these women, they want to date a man who's like a provider and who's going to take care of them, but they're not attracted to him. So they use him and they manipulate him and they eventually divorce him and take his crap and then return to the streets and try and get a relationship from Chad. It's a whole big giant circle because they're lazy. They don't want to do anything for themselves.
Sorry, I had to get myself together. What you're feeling is valid. We haven't connected in such a long time, but I thought that.
Huh?
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode.
If I just did the things he wanted to do. But he's such a good guy, Jen. You know, he always seems like he's in a good mood. Yeah, he does. When we're out. Well, until he puts me down. In front of people. Makes some weird kind of scene to get attention. It's weird. Does things and acts a certain way in public.
There is, guys, I'm hallucinating, right? There is no way this woman is complaining about how her ex-husband acts in public when she is publicly releasing videos about their relationship. I'm sorry, as far as I'm concerned, you are the one who is making the scene. Okay, notice, guys, I'm the victim. The man did everything wrong. And then we examine her actions and you're like, wait a minute. Aren't you releasing these videos publicly to the internet for literally anybody to see? Aren't you airing dirty laundry? Aren't you the one making a scene? Hilarious.
But that's not the same person at home. It's just bizarre on so many levels. Because you know better. You know that. Who is that? My therapist made it very clear that I wasn't the narcissist. I asked myself if I was the narcissist. A narcissist does not self-reflect. They don't look inward for the answers. So if you're asking yourself if you are the narcissist, that makes you not the narcissist.
Wow, guys, we have a modern day philosopher over here. You know, I think these therapists, guys, again, maybe if you're a young man watching this, you're looking for a career path, okay? Maybe you want to make a lot of money. Therapy seems like it's the way to go, honestly. I think these therapists make a lot of money also lying to these women. Because here's the thing, I don't think, if this therapist sat down and said, yes, you're narcissistic, or you're the narcissist, you know what would happen? This woman would never go to that therapist ever again. She would probably complain about it, feel insulted, blah, blah, blah. These therapists just kind of tell you what you need to hear to the extent to which you're still going to seek their services. It's a great business model, honestly, guys. And so many of these women, they're getting lonely, they're getting bitter. They seek therapy. They can't get a single man that they want to commit to them. And so they end up in therapy because, you know, XYZ reason, men are bad, blah, blah, blah. I think these therapists are absolutely rolling in money, guys. So, you know, if you're a younger guy, hell, even if you're an older guy, you know, maybe it's worth getting into that particular field, starting up your own practice.
They don't think like we do. But remember, we all have narcissistic traits, and that's where things get confusing. But if you're self-reflecting and you're like, if I'm the narcissist, I need to change. Sweetheart, you're not the narcissist. And I'm just finding this out now because I thought I was. If you're struggling with these feelings, go talk to somebody, join a support group. People have the same stories, and they're going to verify. They're going to make you see yourself in a different light. It's amazing. Go find your peace. You deserve it. We deserve it.
These women just can't cease to amaze me with the way they always try to twist logic to fit their narratives. According to her logic, a thief doesn't know that he is a thief, because if he questions himself, if he is a thief, that means he is not a thief. What a sick kind of logic is that? Listen, you can question yourself if you are really a narcissist. But do you accept that you are a narcissist? That is the real question. Guys, the laws are really against you in family court, and women know it. That is why so many women disrespect their spouses in marriages, because they know that they have a lot of leverage in court.
That's exactly why. I totally agree with that point from Talk That Thought, okay, which is that a lot of these women, they wouldn't pull this behavior if they knew that the man could actually leave without significantly injuring himself, at least financially, right? It's because these people have power that they act the way that they do, right? They have a significant power over men, which is that she can leave at any time and completely ruin your life. Okay, and again, if men say no to this, oh, we're the bad people, you know, we'll start throwing out all of the insults. We'll call him an incel. We'll start saying he's a misogynist, right? I can't say these words really for YouTube, but men are the awful people if we don't want to date you, if we don't want to marry you. And a lot of these women know that they have leverage over their husbands. That's why they treat them like dirt. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, remember to take care of yourselves. Don't forget to drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.